sentito ujjustato delle scipe pakkalawa yana pokani alak litatito le diking atik kima kala tapos iklan yung ito litatito sa le scipe ito kami kinahan context plan ko yan tapos yung kapatid ko doon dapat kananti yolak betan tigalak betan begitu hetus ya ni pala kanakabito.
Hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, Happy New Year. Happy 2023. The little footage that I started the video with, I'm gonna talk about here in just a little bit. It was something that we did today. But I just wanted to get on here and do a short little catch-up update. Happy New Year vlog, because I didn't vlog last night. We got back to the room. We actually didn't stay at the party that they had here last night. We didn't stay too late. We left about 12:15 and came back to the room, and I was so exhausted, you guys. And I've been getting really good sleep here, but I woke up every hour and a half last night. I think it was because I had like drank so much water and like soda at this party last night. And I had coffee too. I kept on waking up having to go to the bathroom. But anyway, I've been sleeping really great on this trip. But yeah, we were back in the room by like 12:15. And I just was like, I really wanted to get back here, you know, well obviously we left about 12:15, so we got back here about, I don't know, 12:30, something like that. And I really wanted to vlog for a little bit and do the last vlog of the year. And I just thought, you know what? They'll totally understand. It's New Year's Eve, which I know you did, so I appreciate it. All of you guys were so supportive when it was really hard. Like I was sitting at the party and I was like, okay, you need to put out something if you're not gonna vlog. And so I put it up on the community tab for the vlog, and then I put it up on the Vloggerinos group. And I was like, when I finally made a decision, it was kind of late. I think it was like 11 something. I don't know when it was, but I was like, okay, you have to put something out. And I was like, oh, this is so hard. Because I was like, if we get back to the room and it's not too late, I'm still like awake. But when we got back to the room, I was like exhausted. And Tanya and I were texting, and she had like gone over to check the kennel, and so she was coming back. And so she and I talked for like a half an hour while Alex was like playing his game, and then he was talking to his mom on the phone and stuff. And then we went to bed, and that was it. It was an early New Year's for Peter and Alex this year compared to like previous New Year's, you know, where we stay up super late. So, but we had just such a great day yesterday. I got burnt the day before, and yesterday when we went to the beach, Alex was like, you know, you're gonna put on 50 so I put 50 sunscreen on all over, and then I literally sat like with a towel around me because they didn't have enough umbrellas, and so I just sat with a towel around me the whole day. I filmed 2 drama videos in the room. I filmed one about Jeffree Star, and then I filmed a video that I posted today about like my year in review, which I was gonna post it yesterday, but I posted it today. So Alex went down to the beach. Well, we went and ate breakfast first. They have like a really great breakfast buffet here. It's like, well, Alex loves it because it's like rice and beans and shredded beef and chicken and stuff like that. It's a little bit harder for me. They have like scrambled eggs that are really delicious, and they have like bagels and cream cheese and like a lot of fresh fruit. And they have fresh juices like orange juice and a green juice and stuff like that. But I'm not like trying to get really full at breakfast anyway, you know. I will say that, like, I was telling Alex that when I go into this primary care physician appointment in January, when I get back I have to look up when this appointment is because I can't for the life of me remember. I want him to do like a preventative, like across the board test, just to like blood tests and things like that, just to make sure that everything's okay. You know, minus like the neurological stuff that already my, you know, neurologist is on. Because I'm starting to find that like even when I don't eat a lot of dairy products and I haven't taken that lactate stuff, it almost seems like anytime I eat, although I just ate at dinner, so we literally just got back from dinner like 10 minutes ago. If I don't vlog now, like, so this is like the thing that we've been doing. We've been like putting on a movie late. Like they have really good TV channels here. So we've been, like, right now he's watching Malignant, just started. And then we're either going to watch that or we're going to watch Jurassic Park 3 again, because we watched the end of it the other night, but we didn't watch the beginning of it, and it's just starting. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11:10 right now. So we get into bed and he plays his game, and then I like curl up with the pillows and we like watch a movie. Super exciting and very romantic, but it's really fun just to be all cuddled in bed, and the hotel room is like very nice, and so it's just, the bed is so comfortable, and I just love it, like with all the lights off and the fan on, because of course I packed a fan and brought a fan all the way down here. This little blue fan that I have, but it puts out a lot of like air. So anyway, it's so comfortable. I'm just like, I lay in bed and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so comfortable. But anyway, so we went to breakfast, and then I came to the room and I filmed 2 videos while Alex went down to the beach. And I told him, I said, I'm not trying to like rush down to the beach because I got so burnt the day before. And he was like, you always do this, you don't reapply sunscreen, you don't think it's gonna happen to you, and then you get like so incredibly burnt like your first day, and then you're miserable for like the next 2 or 3 days. And everybody always says everything in the comment sections. I know. So he was like, you know, please just stay out of the sun today so that you can enjoy the rest of the trip. So that was yesterday. So I stayed in the room for like an hour and a half. I didn't even get down to like the beach till like 1 o'clock yesterday. And then we stayed at the beach. Well, the New Year's thing started at like 6:30 was when it started. I don't know if I've ever said this about my husband on here before, but like my husband is very much on time. Like if something starts at 6:30, he wants to be there at like 6:28, like, and not a minute late. He wants to be there like on time. And I think it might be because some of his family members like are not that way. So he just turned off the lights. Hold on just a second, because I have to have those lights on to vlog. Ugh. Oh, it just fogged up too. Hey babe, do you mind turning those lights on while I vlog, because I'm in like pitch black darkness? I'm not gonna vlog for too long. Thank you, appreciate it. Why did the, hold on a second. Wasn't that so weird that when, hold on, let me clean this up. Wasn't that so weird that when the lights like went down, that it like it fogged up? I wonder why that was. That was so bizarre. Or was it foggy already and I just didn't know it? Anyway, so we came up to the room, like, I don't know, like 4 maybe? 4, I think like 4 or 5. No, it was like 4. 4 or 5, I don't know, but I lay down for like a half an hour. I was like, I have to sleep for a little bit. So I slept for like a half an hour, and I got up. I said, no, okay, we got up to the room at 5, and I laid down from 5 to 6. And I said, I'm gonna get ready really quick. And he said, okay. And he started getting ready at like 4:45. So I'm like literally like putting on my pants and my shirt and stuff and my shoes, and we got real dressed up. I'm not real dressed up, but we got dressed up last night. And he had like these silk pants he wore, and really cute shirt on. He looked very sexy. My husband looked so sexy last night. But anyway, I wore like a white button-down collared shirt, and I wore these gray. Okay, so if your husband or boyfriend or man in your life needs pants that fit very well, dress pants, Tommy Hilfiger has, and they're in like they're in the dress pants section, suit section at Macy's. I don't know where else you can get them, probably online somewhere, but they're called Tommy Hilfiger Stretch, and I think they're like $80, but they're running a sale like constantly. Like every time I've gone, they're always on sale for like $49. And this time they were like half of $49. So I got them for like $25, $30 or something like that. You guys, they are so amazing. They fit me so well. And in fact, So, should I say this? So, like, depending on what my, like, waist size is, I typically get, like, a certain waist size. And when I tried them on at the store, I was like, I wanted the gray ones, but they didn't have them in my size, so I got them a size lower. When we got down here, those were the pants that fit the most comfortable. The other two were baggy. And so I was like, okay, this is crazy that, like, a pant size, I haven't lost any weight, but the pant size lower is the one that fits the best. So I wore these gray pants last night, but I got a pair of, like, dark navy blue, they're almost black, navy blue ones for the wedding that we went to, and I've worn them, like, all to, like, every party, like, well, we haven't gone to a lot of parties, but to everything that we've done, Christmas and everything like that through December. And when I wash them, like, they come out of the washing machine. Like, you don't have to iron them or anything. They come out like you just bought them in the store. They're fantastic. So if your husband, man, boyfriend, whatever needs pants for work, they're unbelievable. Like, they're like the perfect pant. And I really struggle finding pants. Like, jeans I don't have a problem with, but like pants that are comfortable for me, they're perfect. And I always get them like a certain length because I like them to sit like right at my ankles. And they're just unbelievable. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so we're sitting there and it's like 6:27, and apparently they started serving dinner at 6:30. And this thing went to like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And so Alex goes, I hope they're still serving dinner when we get down there. And I go, well, I hope they still are too, because I'm hungry, right? So we're like in the very front, like we're like as close to the beach as you can get, and this thing was like at the very, like when you come into the resort, right? So we had to walk like all the way across the resort, and I mean, it's not a huge resort, it's like big but it's not huge. And so we go over there, and we had been to this thing before, so we knew where it was. It's this huge white tent and things that they had. And so we walk in, and they have like all these lights lit up and stuff like that. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw it, because I put some stuff on Instagram last night. We go in there, there's not one person sitting down at any of these tables. I mean, there were like 100 tables, and there was not, and each table had like 10 people sitting at it, and there was not one person sitting down. Of course, Alex couldn't look at me and say, you know, like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, that we got here like really early. I go, can you just ask like what time dinner starts and whatever? And he was like, yeah, let me ask. So he asked one of the guys, and the guy's like, well, if you sit down now, we'll start serving. Like, it's kind of like when you come is when we serve you. And we stopped serving at 10 o'clock. So we were thinking about like the last time that we did this, which was 2019. It was right after Pee had passed away that we came down here, and I didn't even want to do the New Year stuff. Like, I had no desire to do it. And I can remember we were like in the room, and Alex was like, it's free, it's included, we have no idea what it's gonna be. We thought it was gonna be some really corny kind of like thing that they were gonna do. And so Alex is like, let's just go. Let's just do it. It'll get us out of ourselves. We're so sad and miserable. Let's just go and do this. And we ended up doing it, and we were so incredibly impressed that it was like, I mean, it was over the top. Like, they had like a DJ, they had like a band with a singer. It was just an unbelievable like 5-course meal. It was just really, in this huge white tent. They asked that everybody wears white, so it's kind of like glowing in there and stuff like that. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I said to Alex, I said, do you think that the last time that we were here, we didn't know like what time it started? So because I said when we came before, like our whole table was already sitting there. You just sign up for where you want a table. So we were like kind of in the middle this time, middle to the side. Because Alex wanted to be closer to the front, and I wanted to be closer to the back, so we negotiated, and we were in the middle. And so Alex was like, yeah, I bet that's what happened. Like, we didn't know what time it started, and so we just showed up whenever we wanted last time, you know? So anyway, we went out. There's a little coffee shop here. We both had it, like, I got an iced coffee, he got an Americano, and then we sat down for like a second, and then we went back in at like 7:30, and we went to our table, and there was a couple that was sitting there, and so we started talking to them. They were from Philadelphia, about 10 years older than me, very, very nice. And have a gay son, which was like, they were so cool. And it's just like, and we like talked to them today. We're like texting them. And, you know, it's interesting because Alex and I were talking about this today. You know, I'm totally introverted. I have social anxiety, but like I'm really trying to like push through this. And it's funny because like when I'm with my friend Valerie, like if I'll speak to like a stranger or something, she'll always say, "Where's your social anxiety?" Because she's like, she hasn't really witnessed it a whole lot, but it's like a real thing for me. Like I've so bad experienced it through the years, but like I've really tried to like push past it the last couple years where like today we were on the beach and we talked to this couple for like 3 hours. And when we were leaving, I said, and they were from Austin, they were like, he was 30 and she was 29. They were high school sweethearts that had been together forever. They were so nice. And so Alex is like, he was like, I said, "Did you have fun talking to them?" He was like, "Yeah, they were really nice." We were talking to people on the other side too. And he said, "But I just never know how to start conversations." And I go, "I always just look for something to talk to people about." Like, and that's how I kind of get out of my social anxiety today. Because what I realize is once I start talking to people, I enjoy it. But I'm really uncomfortable before that happens. And so today she was reading the Colleen Hoover book, the new Colleen Hoover book. And so she was kind of like looking over at us a little bit. And she was like, she smiled at me and I said, "Can I ask you a question, a kind of personal question?" She's like, "Yeah." I go, "Can you explain to me the hype of Colleen Hoover?" And she started laughing. And so we were talking about books. And the girl on the other side was reading Daisy Jones and the Six or whatever by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And so I was talking to her about that. But this girl and her husband, we talked to them forever today. But anyway, the couple that was at our table last night from Philadelphia, they were so nice. They were, anyway, they were just fantastic. And we had such a blast with them. And then there was this other couple that came, and it was her 30th birthday, and this resort has people from like all over the world, you guys. It was her 30th birthday. He's from England but lives in LA. She's from Cape Town, South Africa, but lives in London, or lives in England. And to like meet up, like they don't travel back and forth to where they live. They like meet up places. Like they're going skiing in France in February. Like they take these like amazing trips to like, they're going to France to like meet up. They like went to Mallorca. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Mallorca. And so they were telling us about all these places, Thailand that they had gone, all these different trips that they had taken and stuff like that. And Miami, Las Vegas, those two as well. And they actually were here for like 2 or 3 days, and then they like had rented a car, and they were driving to like Merida, and then they were driving to some other city that I didn't understand because there was like some huge festival there, not like a music festival, but like a city festival, and like a New Year's festival that they were going to, like in the town square. And then they were like really into like cultural stuff. They were really a cool couple. They were like young and they were really neat. And like as soon as they started playing music, she was like on the dance floor the entire night. And they were so cute. And he was like, "Well, if she," and they, you know, he was like, "If she's gonna dance, I've got to dance." And so she kept on going like this to him and stuff like that. And so then they'd like pull each other. She'd do like the, you know, the fishing thing, and she'd like pull him out on the dance floor. They were so cute. And Alex and I danced, so our whole table danced. Well, so there was 2 other couples that came that were from Chicago. They literally came, sat down, they said like 2 words to us, they ate their dinner and they left. That was it. So it was just the 3 couples. We just like hung out and we ended up taking a picture together, all of us. And it was funny because I was like, you know, when Alex and I were in the Dominican Republic and we met those 3 couples, it was like such a cool moment for us that like I wanted to like capture this because we shared so much last night. We talked to these people about everything, and I love that. That's why I do kind of get out of my comfort zone on trips and try to talk to people, because it just makes the trip so much cooler to like meet other people, you know? And those people, like, we still see like their stuff on Facebook even though we haven't stayed in contact. And so I said, "Can we get a picture?" And I said to this woman from Philadelphia, I said, because then 10 years later when I'm talking about you guys, I'll at least have a picture to go with it. And she started laughing. And I thought they were going to think I was kind of corny for taking the picture. So I took the picture, or we took the picture, all of us. And she asked me if I would send it to her, and then the guy that lives in LA, he asked me if I would send it to him. And so, anyway, we had a good time. The couple from Philadelphia, they left right after midnight, and we left at like 12:15. So, and then today, okay, so yesterday, up until yesterday, I don't know how much I really said this on my vlog, but like, I just haven't really felt great the last couple days. Like, between my stomach, did I just say this on here? I was talking about getting testing across the board. I don't think it's just that I'm lactose intolerant. I don't know. I'm like not super excited because I have a feeling he's going to order a colonoscopy. But I feel like anything that I eat kind of causes problems. Like, although like I was saying, like tonight we just ate at the Italian restaurant here, and like we had like fried mozzarella. I had like this endive salad that was delicious. They have so many vegetarian options here, it's unbelievable. I had minestrone soup that I did not finish. All the portions are pretty small here. So like you want to get like a couple different things. And then I had this pasta that looked like beef stroganoff, except it had no beef in it because it was like vegetarian, so it was mushrooms, and I only ate like half of it, but it was delicious. My stomach feels completely fine. But earlier we were hungry, and so we went to the coffee shop and we got cheese paninis, and my stomach was messed up after that breakfast. My stomach was messed up. So I don't know, maybe the fresh fruit was bothering me at breakfast this morning. I just can't figure it out, you know? So I want to get some testing done on my stomach to see what's going on with that. But my stomach has really been bothering me the last couple days. My back has really been bothering me the last couple days. So today I woke up, and Alex like slept in, and I was up like a half an hour before him. Came out here, had some coffee, and I was like ready to go to breakfast because I was hungry last night after this whole dinner, because the dinner was like very small portions, and so they all got like a big fillet, or they had like, it was like fish or steak, and they all got like big fillets, and I got like this couscous thing that was like this big. It was delicious, but it was you know, small. So when we got to the room, I was like starving, and I was like, if we order room service, this entire resort is going to be ordering late night room service, so it's going to take 2 hours to get here, so forget it, right? So I was like, I'll just wait for breakfast. So when I got up, I was like, I am so hungry for breakfast, so I was ready to go. So I actually went to breakfast early and then got a table for us, and he came about a half an hour later. And then we went to the beach, and oh, no. I came to the room. I went to the coffee shop, and I got an iced coffee. And then I came to the room. I called Tanya and sent out some text messages and stuff. And then I like slowly got ready because like, again, I didn't want to be like out in the sun. And when I got to the beach, it was close to 12. Alex had set up an umbrella. So I sat underneath an umbrella all day long, put on 50. Well, I think I actually put on 30 today. I didn't get any sun. I know I look like I got more sun, but I got no sun today whatsoever. I was literally completely covered underneath an umbrella all day today. And I only got in the water one time. The water was beautiful today. Okay, so I don't know what changed from yesterday to today. And so I was also like the last couple days, even in this beautiful place, and you know, I'm very grateful. I always feel very grateful, but I could feel myself getting kind of edgy. Like sometimes, you know, like for those of you out there that have physical ailments and things like that, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it affects your mood and you're negative sometimes, right? And I could feel myself kind of being a little edgy and a little negative. And I woke up today and like literally all day I've been super positive, super grateful, like all day, like unbelievable, like grateful to the point of like bawling. I was like on the beach, I was like listening to music, and I was just like, I was listening to all this Whitney Houston today, and I was just like, I love the song, I Didn't Know My Own Strength by her, and then I also love the song Try It On My Own, and so I was listening to those songs, and I was just like bawling, and I was like, you know, this is going to be a good year. This is going to be a really good year. And I felt fantastic today. My back didn't hurt at all. My stomach, you know, really didn't hurt. I mean, it hurt a little bit at breakfast after, you know, and the panini. But it wasn't like compared to the last 3 days at all. So The panini was cheese, so it was a cheese panini, so that's obviously probably why that hurt. But yeah, so but like I just was in such good spirits all day today. I was in such a fantastic mood and I was so happy, and we came back to the room. So we came up to the room. Okay, so Alex wanted to do this thing that he did when we were here before, that on New Year's Day they do like this shaman ritual on the beach. That was what I started the video with. And so when we were here before, Alex really wanted to do it. And they're like, wear all white and whatever. So, which most people didn't wear all white, but so Alex was like, are you gonna do it this time? Because the time before I did not do it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Because I'm trying to do all these different things, like the silent disco, I'll, do everything. Booked a massage for tomorrow. Alex, well, actually booked 2 massages for us at the same time, but Alex just canceled his because it's a 50-minute relaxation massage. And so Alex is like, I'm like, do I give you guys, he's like, I don't want to just be tickled for 50 minutes. He's like, I really wanted a deep tissue massage, so I'm just not going to do it. And I go, well, babe, I can book you a deep tissue massage. It's just, more expensive or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm just better going to the beach. I'll just go to the beach. And he was like, why don't I cancel mine? And then you can have an 80-minute deep tissue massage and you can really enjoy it because your back's been hurting you and you need it. And my doctors have approved me to have a massage, and I haven't had a massage in forever, and he has. And so he was like, why don't you just have the 80-minute deep tissue massage and then you can really enjoy it? And, which wasn't that sweet? That was so nice, wasn't it? So we actually just went to the concierge and put that in so that they can rearrange that for tomorrow when I go there. So I'm really excited about that. I've wanted a massage for so long, I can't even tell you. If it really helps tomorrow, I think when I get back, I'm gonna have to figure out, I can take Ubers to go to massage therapist, but I'm gonna have to find a new massage therapist because the guy that I was going to before, I haven't talked to him in forever. He was fantastic, but he's close. I could take, go to him and take an Uber. I could probably, get on the bus and go to his, he was real close, but where his office was. So anyway, so what was I saying? I don't even remember now. Last night, today. Oh yeah, I just sat on the beach all day today, and I was like out of the sun, and we just talked to this couple the whole time. It was really nice. Oh, I know what I was saying was that I was like listening to this music. I just felt physically, emotionally, and mentally, I just felt so positive and so different today, and I was like, this is the way to start 2023. Like, this is the way to start a new year. I think, you see all these things about, like Alex's cousin posted something, and she said something about, she posted some meme about making changes in your life and going into the new year and all this kind of stuff, right? And I see a lot of really hopeful things like that, which are so inspiring to me. But I also see people that post things like, you don't just need to, if you're wanting to make changes in your life or be more inspired or whatever, start it, that doesn't just have to be at the beginning of a new year. And I understand that, I get that, right? If you're wanting to make big changes in your life or be more inspired or be more motivated, it doesn't have to, this is going out of focus again. It doesn't just have to be on December 31st of the new year, right? I totally understand that. At the same time, 2022 was a really difficult year for me. And as I'm sure it was a really difficult year for a lot of people, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons, but it was a struggle bus year for me. 2022 is probably the most difficult year I've ever had in my entire life, hands down. Absolutely hands down. There's so many things that happened, and I'm not just talking about myself, okay, when I say this. there's so many things that happened with friends of mine in sobriety, with spouses of friends of mine, with family members of friends of mine, with just family members in general. Like, just, there's so many things that happened in 2022 that I never shared with you guys because it's not my story to tell, that I was dealing with or responding to or having some emotional reaction to, on top of everything else. It stopped. On top of everything else that I was going through, that 2022 was just a really tough year. And, you know, I feel kind of split about it. Like, I'm not sad to see it go. You know, I'm not one of, I mean, I posted on Twitter today, I said, we made it. I said, don't F this up. You know, here's happy 2023. Who is texting me so late at night? Oh, Ballerini, hey Ballerini. But, and I was kind of joking about that, you know, but it's like I'm not sad to see 2022 go. I'm just not. But in the same vein, like, I don't blame the year for what happened. You know what I mean? Like, I learned a lot of really valuable lessons. I said this in my video that I did today about my year in review. I wish I was able to have learned those lessons and not have to have gone through, and the people in my life and the people that I came in contact with wouldn't have had to have gone through everything for us to learn those lessons, you know. I think people think, oh, well, you know, he's walking again, he's doing great and whatever, but like, there's so much that goes along with it. Like, someday I will sit down in a video and I will talk about everything I've talked about in therapy in the last year and whatever. I just don't feel like the time is right now. That being said, you know, it's like one of the hardest lessons for me in the last year is that I feel like not a day goes by that somebody doesn't say to me, like, wow, like, you went through, like, hell. Like, you should be so grateful that you're alive. You should be so grateful, you know, that you're still here. I am overwhelmingly grateful. I am unbelievably grateful. There is not a, that is why when I say my prayers at the end of my day, at the beginning of my day, I always thank my higher power, God, for my life, my health, and my sobriety. The flip side to that, without getting into too much about this, is what goes into all of that gratitude, you know? It's hard to be grateful. It's really hard to be grateful, you know? When you look at other people's pain. And it's just been really hard for me this year. That if you had told me that this would be my existence 5 years ago, that I would have lived through this, I would have been like, there's no way, that's not gonna ever be my story, you know? And it's still so hard. And, but what are your options? You give up, you know? You throw in the towel and you say, like, F it, like, I've never been that person, you know, you put one foot in front of the other. You try to learn from it, you try to be a better human being. You try to put goodness and compassion out there into the world. Maybe you try to make the world a better place than you left it the day before, I don't know. So, I'm not sad to leave 2022 behind. I'm like, F you, 2022, you know? I mean, that's what I would say to my friends, you know, off camera, jokingly. And then when you're my friends, so. But at the same time, like, I'm such a different person than I was at the beginning of the year last year. I mean, an unbelievably different person. And I don't know if that shows in any way on, you know, the videos that you guys watch, but like Alex and I were talking about this at dinner tonight. It's like there are trips that we used to take like early in our relationship where at least every trip we would get into some kind of argument or something, or some kind of fight, like an ugly fight, you know, not like we've never really physically fought, but you know, a shouting match or whatever. There was a couple fighting in the restaurant tonight, and we had seen them in the coffee shop and they were fighting. They were like Italian or something. Alex said they were French. I was like, they're not French, they're like Italian or something, but anyway, it didn't matter. But they were like viciously fighting. And at one point, he's like in her face, and he like got up from the table and like went outside and smoked a cigarette. And I said, you know, I hate fighting with you, but I especially hate fighting with you on vacation. Because I feel like we're so blessed to be in such a beautiful place, spending specific time together, just us, that I feel like we're taking it for granted, you know? And I was just talking to Alex about like how this last year, like my perspective has changed on so many things, you know? I don't engage in the arguments anymore, not just with him, but with a lot of people. It's not worth it, you know? Your life can change, be gone, be over, be redefined in a moment's notice. And trust me, there's a lot of shit that just does not matter anymore when that happens to you. A lot. You know, and if you've been through it, you'll know what I'm saying is true. It's like I can remember when my mom died, or my, you know, like, and I can remember people like asking me at that time about like stuff that was going on, you know, like, oh, this is going on or that's, I didn't care, you know. It was like when PP passed away and people were like calling me about like drama and stuff on YouTube. I was like, I don't care. I don't care about this stuff. My dog just died, you know. It was like, it's like, it puts the whole world in perspective when you go through things. And I think the thing is like, if we could just hold on to that a little bit about what things really, really matter. But I think if we I also think the other side of that is that if we stayed in that constant state of like seriousness, you know, all the time, of like what's really important, like that would be a difficult way to live. I think it would be really hard, you know? I think we have to have somewhat of a lighthearted existence a little bit, you know? And I don't know, I think I've definitely learned this year, and I've always said this, you know, that the small moments are the moments that matter the most. But I've really, really learned that this year. You know, it's like, sitting on that patio talking to my neighbors, and just the ones that like specifically turn to look and say hi is so meaningful to me. Just that small gesture that they know I'm going to be sitting out there in the spring or summer, you know, and that they purposely and ask me, how are you doing? You know, they make a point of, like, that is the kindness of strangers kind of thing, you know, is so wonderful. By the way, I just want to say this, if you watch my video from today on my Peter Monn channel that I did, where I talked about my life in review and my year in review, I left out somebody very important that I said was instrumental, and it was probably the person that was the most instrumental to me besides my husband, and that was my cousin Caroline, which I can't believe. We were texting last night, and I was like, oh my god, I completely left Caroline out of that video. I'm so grateful for her, and she and I have become so close in the last year. You know, and like I said in my video yesterday that I did, I said, it's been a hard year because one of the things I really learned was that people that I thought would be ride or die forever, I hate to say it, but I learned that some of those people just aren't. Some people that I thought would be there for me, you know, that would say, oh, call me anytime you need me. Anytime you need something, call me. And I've called some of those people, not once, not twice, but many times, and they can't be there. So, and I understand that people are busy. I get it, right? But like, or people that I haven't heard from in 6 months, even though I've tried to check in with them, you know, and it's like, I thought we were closer than that. I thought we had tight friendships, you know, and, but then, you know, Caroline has picked me up like almost literally every week, and had just like, I was thinking about this the other day, because she was like, okay, where do you want to go next? Okay, where do you want to go next? And I thought, she picks you up and just drives you and doesn't ask for anything. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the things I do for her, because that's, you know, we don't do that, right? The random acts of kindness. But I mean, she doesn't she just gives me her time, and she doesn't ask for anything in return for it. And we've gotten so close, and I'm so thankful. You know, I always had this kind of like worship syndrome with Caroline anyway when I was growing up. I always wished we were brother and sister, you know? And it's like, now more than ever we are. And I'm so grateful for her. And, you know, Alex is getting ready to go to Spain. So, Alex's mom, I don't know if I've talked about this on it, but she's moving to Spain for 2 years. And so, Alex is going to Spain with her for 7 days to help her move over there. And I'm going to go later once she's settled and go visit her. But right now, I'm just take one trip at a time right now. And so, so Caroline and I were talking, and she was like, well, I'll be here then. And she was like, do you want to stay with me? And I was like, no, because I don't want to board the dog. I don't need to stay with you. I'm fine. And she was like, well, I just thought maybe you'd get lonely like the last time, you know, and all this kind of stuff. I said, no. I said, if I need you, you're here. I can always board the dog with Tanya and come over there or whatever afterwards. And she's like, okay. And I said, I just need to know that you're like a phone call away. And she said, you know that myself, Mike, or David are always a phone call away. And I know that, you know, like, and to know that Tanya or Eric are literally a phone call away, or Valerie is a phone call away, you know what I mean? Like, or my sponsor, I mean, or a couple of my other friends in sobriety, Melissa and Jason live right around the corner. You know, it's like, I don't have a huge group, but the people that I've learned that I have in this year, like, are so meaningful to me, and I'm so extremely grateful for it. And like I said in my video today, I'm not resentful, I'm not angry about the people that, I don't even know why I'm kind of like, what's the word, you know, like, beating around the bush with my words. Showed me their true colors is what they did. I mean, they showed me that they're not worth their words, you know, and they're not as good of friends as they thought they were. And what makes me sad about it is that, and it shouldn't matter, but these are people that I literally would have dropped anything for. And so, like, I look at that and I think, is it that I thought more about the friendship than you did? Or did I think we were better friends than we really were? Or, I'm confused. Like, what happened, you know? Because it isn't like anything happened. Like, nothing bad happened. Like, if I took it to them and I said something, which maybe I should, I'm kind of past this point now. I mean, this was something that I, like, the first 6 months of the year, I kind of, like, went through, you know? But one of my friends I did say something to, and she just said, I don't know what to say to you. She said, I'm sorry. She said, you know, like, I don't really have any good excuses. And I said, well, I mean, I called and you don't return my calls and you never check in on me, and I've asked you, you know, a couple times if you could, like, run me a place here or there or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. She's like, you know, I guess I've just been pretty selfish. And I was like, it's okay, you know, whatever. She's like, you know, well, I'm sorry. I don't need conditional relationships in my life, and I think sorry is great, but for the relationships in my life, especially the older I get, Melissa and Tanya both say this, they're like, I don't know that I need tons more friendships in my life. I need quality people in my life. You know, I need to know that there are going to be people there for me when I, you know, and reciprocal, that they'll be there for me and I'm there for them. And what was interesting about that friend was, you know, after we got off that phone call, Alex and I were just talking about this with somebody else that we knew the other night. It was like, they complained and complained about something, and then Alex and his friends like changed all of this, and then it like still complained about it. And it's like, if somebody said to me like, okay, Peter, you never invite me to go to your Tuesday night meeting, right? Your home group meeting. And then I said to Tanya, like, oh, they felt bad. We never invited them to our Tuesday night meeting. And so the next Tuesday night, we invited them. And then they're like, no, I don't think I'm going to go. But thank you for asking me anyway. And then 6 months later, they're still bitter about the fact that you didn't invite them to go to their home group meeting. It's like, okay, that's your issue at this point. Like, you know what I mean? But with that friend of mine that I said something to, I didn't really hear from her again. I ran into her, but I didn't hear from her again. And, you know, and I was super nice when I saw her. I was like, oh, it's so good to see you. And it was in a restaurant. I was like, it's super good to see you and whatever. She's like, oh, it's good to see you too. And I just thought, God, we used to be so close. Like, what happened, you know? I don't know. I think sometimes when people are going through really, really difficult times, I guess, because I've never been this person, I don't understand. But, like, I also come from my mom and my aunt, who, if somebody went through something, they, like, tried their best to be, like, a good friend, a good neighbor, a good citizen, a good person, you know? And I feel like I've tried to be that through the years, you know? Even though I've always said, like, I wish I was the neighbor that, like, took a loaf of bread. I try to be that person today. I wasn't for so long. But, like, I think sometimes when people are going through, like, tough times, like, people don't know what to do with that. Like, they don't know what to say. They don't know what questions to ask. And it's just like, how about, how are you? Like, that's not a difficult question to ask. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, I'm happy that 2023 is here. Today was a fantastic, magically amazing day. It was so good. I feel so positive and so happy. I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life. I'm so grateful for this trip. I'm so grateful for spending time with my husband. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for another year on YouTube. You know, I mean, this is us starting our 7th year as the Vloggerinas over at the vlog. And, you know, it's just the coolest thing. And I get to do something that I absolutely love every day. And I feel blessed. I feel very blessed. And I'm hoping that 2023 will be my best year yet. I feel inspired. I have set some goals. I was talking about this in the video yesterday. It's like, one of the hard things about going into the new year, setting goals and resolutions, I don't like the word resolutions, but you know that. Alex and I were talking about this yesterday, is that I did that for 2022, and then life came in and said, I have another plan for you. And so it kind of scared me, I think, a little bit going into 2023, like coming up with like goals and whatever. But I can't let that fear stop me. My friend Valerie always says to me, you're so scared of things. Like, you can't be scared of things, Peter. Like, you gotta enjoy life, right? And she's right. And it's like, it's funny, like, the #1 goal I keep on going to is writing this cozy mystery book. Like, whatever I think about, like, what are well, the two things are, like, losing weight and getting in the best health of my life. My health is, like, super important to me this year. And I think it's because for so long I was so scared of, like, going to doctors and whatever and finding out things. But now that I'm going to all these doctors and stuff, I'm like, what's the biggest fear? It's like going in to the dentist, you know? I didn't want to go to the dentist, and then Alex said to me, you know, when I was going this one morning, he's like, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that can happen? You go, they tell you that this is the plan, then you follow the plan and they fix your teeth. He was like, and you know, that's kind of how I feel about the medical stuff. It's like, I just need to start, you know, I need to get ahead of it. I need to be preventative. I need to start getting healthy and lose weight and start being active and, you know, whatever that means for me and figuring it out. I've said it for so damn long. It's like, okay, you know, SHI told her, get off the pot. It's time, right? So, but I don't really have a ton of goals this year. It's that and write a cozy mystery, and that's like it. And so I feel like to achieve 2 goals, like I can do that, you know? Anyway, but I just want you guys to know how much I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. And this is gonna be the best year ever on the vlog. So stay tuned. We got 3 months until spring and 5 months until pool weather. I'm ready for the pool. I know Troy will be asking for another pool vlog. He's always like, pool vlogs, pool vlogs. So I'm ready for pool vlogs too, trust me. So anyway, with that blizzard that just came through Indiana, no more of that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching tonight. This is gonna take me forever to upload because the Wi-Fi here is so slow. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Happy New Year's. I'm wishing you all of the love in the world, sending you all of the love, positivity, compassion, kindness, everything. Best of luck, best of health, blessings to the new year for you. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, and you know what? Somebody actually commented on the vlog from the other day. Was it that, or was it my video on my Peter Monn channel, and said, you always say, I actually screenshot it, but I don't have my reading glasses, so I can't tell you who it is. But they said, you always say you can start your day over, and they said, I had a really bad day today, and I started my day over, so thank you, Peter, for always saying that. But anyway, 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You might just be changing their life, changing their day, putting a smile on their face, making them hopeful, making them more positive, making them cheer up and be happy. And also be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, we have to start the new year this way, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.